Hello everyone, welcome to Chair Yoga. So glad to be with you today. Today we are going to do a bit of strengthening and have a bit of a pick-me-up for our day, for our evening, wherever we're at. Relax our muscles, take a moment to breathe and rejuvenate our bodies. So come along, let's get started. So today for props, what you'll need is, always you'll need your water bottle, so have that on hand. You'll need two, not too heavy weights, so you can use maybe 2-pound weights, 1-pound weights, cans of beans. I've got some biscuit mix that I'll be using here for my weights. And then something a little bit heavier. So if you have a heavy weight you'd like to hold, you could do that. You could also just grab a carton of something out of your cupboard. I'm using a larger can of hominy, so that'll work too. Or a book will even work. So this is just to weight yourself in your center. So think of something that's heavy enough to make a difference if you're holding it in your center. And lastly, if you don't have a band, a workout band, you can use a stretchy scarf or a pair of tights that you don't care too much about anymore. And that's all you need for today. So let's get started. So putting your props aside, scooting forward on your chair, making yourself nice and comfortable. So seeing if you can weight evenly between the sitting bones. So even rocking back and forth to check that you're not kind of moving to one side or the other. We tend to favor one side. Something to notice if you're driving or sitting in front of a computer. If you tend to kind of slump to a side or the other, pay attention and see if you can really use those core muscles to engage and lift out of the hips. So let's all inhale our shoulders up to the ears, closing the eyes down if you'd like for this centering, or keeping a soft gaze, and then exhaling the shoulders down. So we'll do that a few times, inhaling, squeezing up all the stress towards the ears, and exhaling down. Inhaling through the nose if that's comfortable, squeezing, and exhaling slowly through the mouth. And then from here, we're just going to take one shoulder up and the other shoulder up. So just one and then the other. If you'd like to weight your hands down, if that feels okay, you can. So the head is staying tall here. And the spine is also elongated, so imagining there's a magnet from the top of your head leading up towards the sky, and it's just pulling your spine up. So we're moving back and forth, breathing just normally with your regular breath. Always a little more conscious of our breath during a yoga or stretching practice. And that's part of the benefit. Okay, and so from here, taking both shoulders, weighting them down. We're going to take one hand, I'll be starting with the right hand, pressing down, moving the other ear down towards the opposite shoulder, and stretching and breathing in through the nose, exhaling slowly through the mouth. Like you're trying to blow out a birthday candle, but a little slower. One more breath here, still weighting down through those fingertips on the opposite side. Opening up the neck. And on your next inhale, inhaling up and dropping the head slowly to the other side. I'll be weighting down with my left fingertips, right ear to the right shoulder, and breathing. 2 more like that. Really stretching out through the arm, allowing some space between the ear and the shoulder. And on your next inhale, coming up and then bringing both arms out to the side, opening yourself up, squeezing the shoulder blades towards each other on your back, gently looking up, coming into a slight back bend, inhaling up. Hands come together, pressing together, coming straight down the midline of the body, back out again. Inhaling up, palms together, exhaling down. One more time, inhaling up and exhaling down. And then we're just going to shake the arms out a little bit here. So from here, let's grab either your strap, your tights, or your stretchy scarf. Taking that and just grabbing it with both hands. So what we're going to do here is we're going to do kind of a front, almost like we're trying to do a little bit of a fly. So we're pulling back, and as you pull back, you really want to get those shoulder blades toward each other. So you'll see that I'm really back bending as I come back here. So we're going to do 2 sets of 8. So let's just get started. Let your breath be deep, concentrated, but relaxed at the same time. All right, and so you're just opening up. Your elbows can be slightly bent. The idea is those shoulder blades are coming together. So we're doing 8 at your own pace. I'm at 6, 7, and 8. And then keeping that in your lap, still holding onto the scarf, we're just gonna roll the shoulders back a couple of times and then forward. And if at all you feel any neck tension, you can slowly move the head from side to side, just gently saying no. All right, and we'll do one more set. So again, bringing that out to start. And the height isn't real critical. We don't want you above the shoulders, maybe in here, in this range here. So let's do 8 at your own pace. Again, allowing the breath to be natural. Squeezing. And for some of us, it's easy to use the breath to do the movement. So you can try that if you'd like. Exhaling as you come forward and inhaling as you pull back. And I've got 4 more. 2 and 1. All right. So again, dropping that in your lap, we're going to allow that to rest in on our thighs. Bring the hands out to about to your knees or above, whatever's comfortable. And from here, we're going to move into a cat and cow. So inhaling, again, shoulder blades coming together, chest lifts slightly, heart opens. As you exhale, we're moving into a bit of a crunch here. So chin is coming down toward the chest. And you're just sort of slumping over, but really opening up the spine, and then coming back up, allowing the chest to lift you up on the inhale, and then exhale, curling over, looking down. Let's do that a few more times, allowing the breath to be the guide to pull you up, and exhaling yourself back over. Again. Really let your breath be long and deep here. So when you feel like you've come to the end of your inhale, see if you can get just another sip of breath in. And same with the exhale. So we often don't exhale as long or as fully as we could. So once you get down there, use your abdominal muscles to see if you can just squeeze that little bit of air out of the bottom of the lungs. Let's do one more together. Inhaling up and exhaling down. And then from here, we'll grab our stretchy scarf or strap one more time. So we're just going to do some side rainbows. So basically you're extending one arm strong, the other arm is opening up to the side. So your hands can be over your head if you'd like for this one. And you'll feel a little bit of a difference in that. If you need them to be down here, that's perfectly fine. So work with where your body's at right now. The idea is that you are stabilizing one arm and opening up with the other. And so again, we're going to do 8 here, 6, 7, and 8. And if for any reason this starts to bother your shoulders or your neck, take it down low. Just take it down low. You'll get a benefit from this in the arms, but it'll just be a little bit different where the muscles are actually being utilized. So we're going to switch sides now. So just take a moment and then stabilizing the other arm, opening up with that rainbow across the sky. And your arm's not going to be completely still here. That's okay. Just stabilizing, so the intention of really keeping those muscles strong. And I think I'm at about 6, 7, and 8. And so that's it for those. Last exercise with the band. We're going to take that band and you can either wrap it around the back of your chair if you'd like, or just have it behind you. So I'll wrap it around the back of my chair to demonstrate that. And you'll see I've got it kind of here underneath along the bottom of the chair. So all I'm doing here is I'm opening up through the chest, pulling the arms slightly out to the side. So this is a pretty dynamic pose. A little bit of a stretch, an opening, a back bend. And we've been doing a bit of back bending today, so we're trying to really counteract some of the sitting that we all seem to be doing a lot more of these days. One more deep inhale and exhale. Letting the shoulders stay away from the ears during this one. And allow that to come down. All right, so from here you can scoop forward again if you'd like, if you need a little more space off the chair. And we're going to do some circular movements with our body around the spine. So imagine your spine is kind of the center and you're going back and around. So again, we want to be mindful of our back here. If something feels like too much in yoga or in any physical activity, of course, we want you to be conscious of that and careful. So if they need to be very small movements, that's great. If you need to keep it a little bit more in the chest, you could do that as well. You're still getting a benefit. Wherever you're at, if you would like to make the breath match up with the movement, we can kind of inhale as we come back, exhale forward. There's no formula to this other than allowing it to feel comfortable in your body. So don't worry about getting the breath right. There's no right or wrong here. Just let it be natural and fluid. And at some point, yes, we are going to reverse the direction. So coming around the other way. And then we'll do one more circle. There we go. So really loosening up the hips and the spine. All right, and so from here we're going to do just an exercise with our cans or weights or biscuit mix, whatever it is you happen to have on hand. All right, so from here we're just going to do a bit of a lift straight out. So straightening the arms. Now again, this is why we have very light weights, and if it feels like too much to use weights, let the weights go and we'll just do this without them. So from here we're just lifting up to parallel and down. As straight as you can with the arms. Again, that's not a necessity to have them straight. A little curve is fine. But the idea is to really keep the shoulders back as you're doing this. Just let the breath be natural. It can be helpful to inhale to bring up, kind of get you some momentum, and exhale as you come down. So just kind of imagining these are your wings and you're just warming them up. So one more. There you go. Wonderful. All right, so let's put down those. And we're going to bring up for our last weighted exercise. We're going to move into some twists. So holding your weight, your book, or a large can or carton, even a water bottle will work here. Again, elongating the spine, really making sure that that's pulling up towards the sky. And we're going to take that weighted item and kind of clutch it in with the elbows in towards the body. So we don't want our elbows out here. And we want to engage through the core. If you want a little bit of a challenge, you could come back at a slight angle, not too much, just maybe a couple of inches. And we're going to take an inhale and exhale to the right. So there's a bit of a twist here. Inhaling forward, exhaling to the other side. So you're twisting, and you can allow that weight to come slightly to the side. It doesn't have to stay right in the center. Inhaling up and exhaling to the side. You can do this a little faster if you'd like, but just be mindful of your back. Couple more. And if at any time you feel like you want to keep going with an exercise, always feel free to pause the video, do some more repetitions. All right, one more each side. Great. You can put that down. And from here, we're going to do a forward fold. So inhaling, you can bring those arms up in the air. As you exhale, making a little cushion with your arms if that feels comfortable for you today. Allowing your head and neck to release over your lap, over your arms. If you want to go completely down, bring the hands down to the ground and allow everything to flop over your thighs. Wherever you're at, taking 3 breaths here. And then when you're ready, gently pulling yourself back up. Taking a moment just to restabilize, ensure that you're not getting too much of a head rush here. Deep inhale and exhale, and then from here we'll move into our last pose, which is a twist. And we are going to take one leg over, so we'll stop starting with my left over my right. You can either sit cross-legged or in kind of a 90 degree, or you can just put that ankle over the other ankle. So whichever way you're comfortable with. So I've got left over right, then I'm taking my left hand, grabbing the chair behind me, right arm comes to the outside of my left thigh, and I begin to twist to the left. So we're spiraling up from the bottom to the top. So that's how our spine is being treated by the twist. Eventually, the intention is to look out over the left shoulder, or as close to that as feels comfortable, and breathe. If you want more, you can use that right arm as a bit of a lever to pull your body around. Keeping the spine tall here. One more deep inhale and exhale. Inhaling, and then on your next exhale, twisting back to center. Releasing the spine. If you need to do a bit of a shoulder shrug here, you can, and we'll move to the other side. So this time I'll be taking my left leg over, and again, either sitting across or a bit of an angle here, or taking that right ankle over the left ankle. So wherever you're at, I've got my right leg over. So that means my right arm comes back, grabs the chair, left arm comes to the outside of my right thigh, and I begin to twist to the right. So again, allowing your breath to pull you deeper in the twist. We'll take 3 deep breaths back there, moving so that you eventually start to look out over the right shoulder. One more deep inhale here. As you exhale, begin to come back to center. And then here we are at the end of our practice. So let's just take a moment to recenter, take a couple of breaths. We're going to do what I call the sigh breath, which is just a way to release tension. So getting centered once again, really feeling your feet flat on the floor, just noticing your toes pressing into the earth. A bit of body awareness here. Sometimes we call it mindfulness, sometimes we call it awareness, whatever it is. Being aware of your body, mindful of kind of your environment and the physicality of things can really help you get out of that mind that might be chattering or racing. So So taking that moment, closing down the eyes if that's helpful, or maintaining a soft gaze. Inhaling through the nose and exhaling through the mouth slowly. And then from here, we're going to shrug those shoulders up to the ears once again, just like when we started on the inhale. This time we're going to hold the breath for 3 seconds, 2, 3, and as we exhale, we're going to sigh it out. Let's do that 2 more times. So inhaling, ears come all the way up, and we'll hold for 3. 1, 2, 3, and a sigh and an exhale down. And once more. So if you're alone, or even if you're not, really let that sigh be audible. Really use it to release tension. So inhaling up. At the top of the breath, we hold for 1, 2, and 3, and then a loud sigh down. All right. So thank you, everybody. I really appreciate you being here and participating in chair yoga, and we will be back again soon for another class. So take care, be well, and treat each other kindly and yourself kindly. After stretching or any kind of exercise, it's really great to replenish your body. So having some water is wonderful. And also I like to have a little bit of fruit. So one of my favorites is kiwi because it has twice the vitamin C as an orange.
I challenge you to eat the skin.
Oh. The skin challenge, okay. It's fibery.